And speaking of charging again, the Chinese EV manufacturer NIO introduced its first battery swap in 2017. Now, 2.5 years later, they announced that they have just completed their 500,000th battery swap.
So NIO now has 131 battery swap locations throughout China. You remember that Tesla was going to go down this route, but decided against it. They even had a whole thing that did it in like 3 minutes.
Right.
You drive your Tesla in. They had it right next to a gas pump, and they showed that they could, swap the battery 3 times before someone could fill up at the pump.
Yeah, and I mean, that was impressive and everything, but I think that Tesla was right to nix that idea because battery swaps, they do seem like a cool thing for the consumer because it's like, oh, I don't have to worry about owning this battery, which could degrade. But you still have to have an amazing charging infrastructure to pull this off. So what I mean by that is you would think like, oh, you can just forego having a supercharger network. You just need to have these little kiosks. But think about it for a second. Those kiosks have to do exactly what a supercharging network would do because if you pull in to get a new battery and they haven't had time to charge it, then it's pointless.
Then you're better off just plugging it in. So
Right.
it works really well for low capacity because when there's not a lot of people in Neos driving around, you pull into a thing, you get a new battery, you're good to go. But as soon as you start to overload the system,
Right.
you run into massive problems where you may as well just have a supercharger stall,
Right.
which would be extraordinarily cheaper. You'd need fewer batteries in total. It's a lot simpler. But I am glad that there is an EV company on this planet that is doing something above and beyond Tesla. I mean, I have to be honest, it's kind of nice.
It is.
To have a company that's even trying.
And I will say, I mean, there are some other advantages to it, which is when you come up with the new battery technology, you can put it in the new packs and then zip, it's now in your car.
Right. There are many advantages. It's just a larger infrastructure cost, which means that it might be adopted a little bit slower.
But, I mean, Neo customers seem to like it. It's really tough living in this world full of bad news.
Why not share this with your friends and family to cheer them up and give them hope?
Sharing this clip is easy. That's why we made them. Short and to the point. Just hit the share button below, copy the link into your emails or social media posts, and thanks.
Now you know.